Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm going to be talking about the quintessential guitars that every guitar player should own. Now, if you're a guitar player, you know that you can't just have one guitar, right? I'm going to go over every guitar that you should have if you're a serious guitar player. If you're serious about it. If you're serious about being a guitar player, you got to have these types of guitars. Number one, a good acoustic guitar. Obviously, the acoustic guitar is the guitar that you should own if you get into guitar for the first time. Everybody should have a good acoustic. This is my acoustic. It's a Luna. Now, everybody should have a good acoustic guitar because the acoustic guitar is the guitar that you get and you don't need anything else. You don't have to plug it in. You don't have to do anything. You can sit down with this at a campfire, play it for your friends, and make out with girls and dudes if you want to. But you know, if you're a guitar player, you probably make out with a lot of girls or dudes because guitar is cool. This is what I would recommend if you are trying to get into guitar for the first time. You should probably get an acoustic guitar. If you are already a guitar player, you have an acoustic guitar, you know that it's the best tool for songwriting, for quick on-the-fly playing. If you're like, I want to get this idea out, play it. Good for songwriting, good for playing. Sounds good, it's beautiful sound, looks good, and it makes you look good at the campfire. The next guitar, it's a pretty obvious one. The Fender Stratocaster is the most popular electric guitar of all time. It's debatable if this is the most iconic electric guitar of all time. Every guitar player needs a Stratocaster. If you're just getting into electric guitar for the first time, you probably have a Stratocaster. It sounds great, looks great. It's that classic guitar. If you think of electric guitar, you're probably picturing this in your head, or some of the other ones coming up. But Stratocaster, can't go wrong with it. Whether it's single coil or humbucker, I recommend single coil if you're just getting into it. Either way, it's just a good basic guitar to get your hands on. This is a Telecaster. Now look at that. This one I can stand up by itself. Maybe not. This one's not made by Fender. It's a Harley Benton, but you get the idea. I just picked this one because it looks like the most classic Telecaster you've ever seen. When we're talking about a basic electric guitar, Fender Telecaster was one of the first ever electric guitar models that ever reached mass production. And it's really, really simple. It's just a hunk of wood with pickups on it and strings. It's super simple. There's no crazy cutouts in the wood. It's literally literally just a block of wood with a neck and strings and pickups. This is my favorite style of guitars. If you know me, you know I have a bunch of them. I love Telecasters. I think they look cool, sound great, feel good. All in all, you can get any sound you want out of a Telecaster. People play Telecasters for metal, jazz, funk, pop music, country, anything. You could play any genre on a Telecaster. They can just do it all, man. Even literally, even if you pick up this guitar, a single coil, basic ass Telecaster, you could play pretty much anything on it. And it's gonna sound good, it's gonna look good, and it's going to be very reliable. I think everybody should have some sort of Les Paul or something like that. This is, I'm not a big Les Paul guy, but I can't deny and I can't stay away from a Les Paul copy. They're freaking gorgeous. Look at this thing. It's sexy. Whether it's an actual Les Paul or a Les Paul copy, this is a Harley Benton SC450 Custom Plus EMG. It's a metal guitar. But Les Pauls are one of those guitars where you think of classic rock bands, like Led Zeppelin and just the coolest guitar players. I feel like the coolest Guns N' Roses, Slash, he plays a Les Paul. And the reason why Les Paul is a very, very good guitar and it's very versatile is because it's got a really round sound to it. It's not too jarring. It's a very clean, balanced tone. So a lot of people use them for a lot of different genres. Like I said with Telecasters, it's kind of the same thing. Most people use them for rock. A lot of people use them for jazz. I've seen people use them for death metal. This is a metal guitar, as I am a metal musician, but I could get just any old Les Paul and play metal music on it, and it's gonna be great. So if you really wanna crank up the distortion, Les Paul is is one of the best ways to go. But the main thing here is the 2 humbucker combo here. With these pickups, you can crank up the distortion. You're not going to get a lot of that hum noise. That's what humbucker means, and it's one of the best ways to play rock music. If you're really into guitars, I would recommend something like this. This is just something that you can hack on and customize to your liking, not because customizing guitars is the most economically efficient thing, or it's the way to get the best sound, which, you know, I would argue is the best way. It's one of the best ways to get the sound that you're looking for a good price. If you're a guitar player and you haven't modified guitars, I think you should start doing it, and it's really going to increase your understanding of the instrument, the components inside the instrument. Learn to solder, swap out your bridge, your pickups, everything. This guitar has a lot done to it. Pickups, it's got a customized, this whole thing is customized. The pick guard is painted. It's got push-pull pots for a different voicings and single coil mode too. So I can do single coil or humbucker mode. It's got locking tuners, which is something anybody can easily do yourself. I customized the fretboard. It's just really deepens your understanding of the guitar, and I think it gives you a different connection to your instrument that every instrumentalist, whether you're a guitar player or not, you should try to find a way to deepen your relationship with the instrument. And customizing a cheap guitar is a really good way of doing that. Thanks for letting me ramble along about guitars. If you like guitars, if you like music, metal music in general, or whatever, you should definitely subscribe to this channel. I post a lot of music-based guitar content, show vlogs, stuff about my band, metal and rock news, guitar gear, everything like that. Please subscribe, hit that notification bell, and if you enjoyed this video and you're watching to the very end, you should definitely leave a like on it. Thank you so much for being with me, and peace out.